Okay, good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, April 21st, 2019. Happy Easter, everybody. I hope you had a great day with your family, and I hope you got yourself to church this morning. I heard an old joke from somebody that said that they didn't go to church because they go every single Easter, and that guy only has one sermon. I thought it was hilarious. Anyway, so I hope you guys went. I hope you go every Sunday. If not, maybe you want to think about that. But tonight, I was trying to think about what I wanted to talk about, and I just want to briefly talk to you guys a little bit about seminar, because it is coming up at the end of the month to register for seminar, and I know a lot of you are new, and some of you maybe aren't new, but you've just never gone to Dallas, and so I just want to cover some things about it so everybody would have a clear understanding about seminar, and really just kind of cover some of the objections or excuses of why you may not want to go to seminar, and then also set up a little bit of a plan of, how to make it happen this year. Because, so let me first say that I do feel very qualified to teach this. I joined Mary Kay in September of 1985, a long, long time ago, 33 and a half years ago. And the first seminar was that next year. So I'd been in about 8 months, I guess. And so it was in July of 1986. That was my first seminar. And I remember the theme so clearly. It was called Starting Here, Starting Now. And I did not have a clue about anything. I mean, literally, I was 23 and going to seminar. I didn't really understand. I just didn't even know. I just thought, I didn't know what it was, but I just thought, they said that we need to go. So I liked traveling, and even at a young age, and I thought, all right, I'm going to go. And so I remember that my director, my recruiter could not go that year, Sandra Bose. She had surgery. And so my director found another girl in another unit and said, you're going to room with Cindy and these two other girls who I didn't know at all. So here I am. I met Cindy on the plane. I think I might have seen her before at some kind of like quarterly event. She didn't live in my town. And I met her on the plane pretty much. And we were about the same age. And we flew to Dallas together. And then we roomed with these two other girls. And honestly, I don't even know their names. I can't even remember the two other girls. But I do remember Cindy, and Cindy and I became fast friends and have just been great friends all these years. And have, in fact, Cindy, a turn of events, she is now in my unit because her director retired, and then she was up under our national. And when the national retired, anyway, long story short, she got to pick what first line director to go under, and I was one of them. So she picked me. So we're, she's in our unit right now. And so it has been for the last couple of years. But anyway, we, just had a wonderful time. I remember they said that the awards night was formal. And I thought, well, how formal really is it? Because this is before Facebook. It's before we saw any pictures of anything. I mean, literally when you used to say you have no clue, we had no clue. And so I wore my Easter dress from that previous year. So it was like April. I had my nice floral Easter dress, and that's what I wore to awards night. And then Cindy had on a black lace dress. And I remember thinking, girl, what you hooching it up tonight? I mean, I didn't even know her, but it was all, fancy and lacy. And I had my little Easter dress on with my little pink shoes. And the night before seminar, I actually handmade, I used to sew, and I made a suit. And of course, it was pink because I thought, it's Mary Kay. Everybody's probably going to have pink on. I'm telling you, I didn't have a clue. I made the skirt. I made the jacket with the biggest shoulder pads you've ever seen. I even made a pink and yellow floral button-up top to wear underneath the pink suit. And so I was pinked out. And but I remember, like one of the things we got to do is we got to go to the Mary Kay Distribution Center. And we toured the distribution center, and I saw how the products were made, and I was like, wow. This is a lot bigger than I really thought. I mean, I just had no clue, you guys. And so, of course, Mary Kay Ash was there. And that's the first time I got to see her. And I remember thinking a couple of things. I thought, well, it's probably going to be like really old fogey music. As a young 20-year-old, you just think your parents are, decrepit when they're probably only like 40. And then, of course, Mary Kay was older than that. So I thought, she's probably like, it's probably going to be some banjo music up there. I mean, but then when I got there, it was like popular songs. I'm like, wow, okay. And then when Mary Kay came out, I was like, wow. I mean, like, you didn't really know what to expect. And I just remember thinking, if I just want to see her in person, like to shake her hand. And, because a lot of people are up there. And, of course, I was sitting in the nosebleed, like way up at the top. And I could barely see her from where I was sitting, but she was there. But I just remember the gowns and just everything. And I remember that one of the sales in the court of sales, they had a lady, and she looked to be like 100 in a wheelchair, and she was in a wheelchair rolling her across stage. And I thought, if that old lady, now this is just, in your 20s, right? I thought, if that old lady, in fact, I think she was the queen. Her name is Mary McDonald. And I thought, if she could be the queen of sales, and she can't even walk, and she looks like she's about 100, I know I can sell some product, I got 2 good legs, I got energy, I can do it. And then we'd have stories of these women that was #1 in recruiting, and they had no car, and they drove on their bicycle like you just can't even believe the stories we would hear. And you would see the women, and there were young women, there were older women of all color and all sizes, big women, little tiny women. And I thought, anybody can do this business, because it is not what is on the outside of a woman that makes her great. It's what's on the inside. And I looked at those queens, and I looked at the top people in the nationals, and I thought, wow, I would love to be a national one day. I would love to be a sales director. I'd love to be in a pink car. How awesome would that be? And so just know that, when I was as green could be, people did not move up as fast as they do now, where they blink, they're already in a red jacket and DIQ, like it just, what people didn't do it as fast way back in the day. Okay. Probably because we didn't even have cell phones, but I came home from that seminar thinking, I was just so inspired, and I was so more sold on the company Mary Kay. Now, of course, I had a full-time job at the time. I just took off work to go. And I went right back and had to go to work that next day, just like everybody else, But I had a different picture of what I was doing and who I was representing in the company of Mary Kay Ash. And I knew that I was all in. And after seeing the distribution center and just how great the products were, and I can't explain to you how much pride I had in Mary Kay Incorporated that I didn't have before, because I just never had seen anything quite that big before, and how amazing it was. And it was worth all the money that I had to spend to go to Dallas. And from that point on, you guys, I have never missed. That is 33 years in a row of going to Dallas, Texas, never missing. And I've had life that's happened to me. I mean, I remember once I had to have lung surgery when I was 34, and they had to remove the upper right portion of my lung. And I'm like, they told me in like February, and I said, I don't know. I got career conference in March. I got seminar in July. This is just not real good timing for me right now. They said, this is serious. I said, I am serious. So I had my surgery right after career conference in time to heal up so I could go to seminar. I mean, that's how important it was to me. I can remember times going to seminar where literally I felt like I had no money and had to borrow some money from my dad to have some money to spend on the trip. I mean, I've had times where I had to literally sell the week before $500 so I would have enough money to go to seminar. I paid for part of it, but I didn't have enough money for the rest of it. And I would just have to figure it out, like wait till the last minute to get that money to go. And I've gotten there and really had not a lot of money to do very much with. And as far as like spending, on extra incentives and prizes and, gifts for myself, souvenirs. I just like bare minimum, like eat cheap, don't do anything but go to the classes. And so I will just tell you that, first of all, what a lot of people think is they think, I'm going to tell you some excuses I hear is, first of all, I haven't done enough to go to seminar. I haven't even really made any money. So I don't need to be spending all that money going to seminar. Okay. That's one thought. Okay. Another one is I have another job I have to work. Okay. Another one is I have kids. Well, first of all, we're in a company with how many million women? But a lot of people have kids, okay? As far as work, you got to figure that out and be able to take off, but you don't ask the day before. I've had people that said they were going to go to seminar, but they never asked off work. And then when it come right down to it, they waited too late. So really the time to ask off for seminar is right now. You ask off your regular job, figure out what days you have to miss, and you go ahead and get that time off right now. And so that way you'll know that you can go. With childcare, you've got to also arrange that early. Like, don't wait to the last second and not have a babysitter. So you want to go ahead and be thinking, who could I get? Maybe my family member, maybe you could have a friend. I mean, you can make arrangements now so that when that time comes, that's been taken care of. But it's something that you do have to plan ahead. You just can't decide on the day before seminar when everybody's going that you want to go. I mean, you can, but it would be a lot easier to do it right now. Some say, my husband won't let me go to seminar. He won't let me. He don't want me to go on a trip without him. Okay. Well, that's easy. Take him with you. Brad loves to go to seminar with me, and it's great to take your husband. It does cost a little bit more because you have to pay for their hotel room with them, but it might be great for him to see everything that you get to do. And, they have some men's classes as well. There's a lot of different things to do. And even if he just went to part of it with you, you have to pay the registration. But honestly, I think it sells the men on seminar, even if they only go once or they don't go again with you. But it's okay for him to go. Now, let me think of another way. There are business trips all throughout the United States all the time. And men go, and some women, they go on them all the time. They have a business trip. And it's not like, honey, now I got to go on this business trip. No, you can't go. A business trip is a business trip. And this is what it is. It's a business trip. Do we have fun? Of course. Because we like our business. Our business trips are way better than other people's business trip. Do we all go out and get drunk, at seminar? No. That's the difference in our business trips and a bunch of men, sometimes. I know I'm kind of generalizing things, but it is different because, as a matter of fact, Mary Kay has a little thing that says refrain from drinking alcohol at seminar. If they said that on the men's business trip, they probably wouldn't go, right? So another thing that people say is that they don't have the money for seminar. So I want to talk about that for a minute. First of all, you have to pay for your registration, and the registration is $195 if you went to career conference or if you were a STAR consultant, or if you're a sales director, especially let's call it priority registration. Otherwise, it's $225. Or even if you were new since July 1st, you get to go for $195. Okay, that's your registration. When you get home from seminar, you get $140 retail credit that you can purchase products. And you could sell that $140. So, and just take that profit, put it back in your bank. All of it. If you got it free, sell it, put it back in your account. So that's $140 that will come back to you after seminar. So I want you to keep that in mind. But the first thing you have to pay for is registration. Okay. Then the second thing you have to pay for is possibly $100 for a hotel room deposit. You don't have to pay the whole room, just the deposit. Now, most of us on here are in a room block or have a room that you get with your director to find out about that. And you'll get your roommates. That's another thing you want to do is get your roommates who you're going to room with. Go ahead and kind of be talking to some of your sister consultants. I know some of y'all like to room with just 2 in a room. Some like to room with 4. When I was younger, we would pile up. They'd say 4, we'd put 6. Not really. But, we didn't care. The older I get, I'm like 1 in a room is fine with me, But, you want to find your roommates. But you do have to pay the $100 deposit, okay? But then you won't pay your bill of your hotel till after seminar is over when you check out, okay? The third thing would be your how are you going to get there? And it's going to be, you're either going to fly or you're going to drive. If you have extra time, you can drive. And you can just, if you want to find some other people, y'all could split the gas money. I've drove many years. Me and Brad, we love to drive. This year we'll probably fly because he is working another job and he can't take as much time off. But that's another thing too. We usually just kind of, I put it in some of my little travel apps and have a little, just kind of be looking. And as soon as I see it go down to a good price, I buy my tickets. And, it's according to where you live. We have people from all over the place on the call. So, it may be a $200 ticket. It may be a $400 ticket, just according to where you live. But it's something that you can kind of do that as soon as you find a good deal. All right. Then you'll have your just spending money as far as, if you want for your food, for different things like that. And, there's a lot of ways you can spend a lot of extra money if you want to. You can buy souvenirs. They have all these vendors with stuff for your business that you can go purchase stuff. MK Connections is there. But that is optional. You will probably want to get it, so you may want to have some extra. But then, you'll have some money for your tips for when you go to the airport to get your ride back to the hotel and things like that. A lot of us are staying at the Omni this year, so we don't even have to get on a bus. We're just going to get to the hotel. It's connected, so that's pretty cool. But, things like that you'll want to just save up your money. But the cool thing is you've got April, May, June, and July. So you have time to save up a little bit of money every month. And so really you could probably just do 1 or 2 parties a month and take your profit and put it in an account and have enough money for seminar. And it could be like your first 2 every month that you just take that profit, you put it into the savings account and say, this is what I'm going to use for my seminar this year. And so that you'll have it in advance. Okay. But it is something that you can budget out is what I'm saying. You don't have to come up with, $600 or $800 or however much it's going to cost you to get to seminar right all at once. You're going to budget it out. All right. I want to tell you that the first year I went to seminar, I went as a beauty consultant. I was new. The second year, I went as a red jacket. And the third year, I went as a DIQ and went on to become a sales director that year. And then the rest of the 30 years has been as a sales director. You have classes according to what you are, your different levels in the company, kind of like career conference. One of the things that you want to go to seminar for is because of the education. There's great training at seminar. You will take tons of notes. They'll do a lot, I'm sure, on the product knowledge with the new foundations that are coming up. They'll talk a lot about that and anything else that's coming up. Usually there's some, great product that they're going to teach us all about. And I remember one year the product was the repair line. And it was my 50th birthday. And you could order it on the day of my 50th birthday. And I'm like, thank you, Mary Kay, And so, you get to learn more, all the hot news you're going to hear first. They'll show all the Christmas line at seminars so that you can see all what's going to be coming up for the holidays and things like that. Because there's a huge expo with all the products. There's people up there. You can go ask questions. You can demo products right there. They have tiny little things you can go up and sit for the digital zone. They have all these computers where you can go in and ask questions if you have questions about how to do stuff on the computer. They're all there to help you at the expo. All the cars are there. They have where you can try on they had the suits and the red jackets there. It's just everything about our business is going to be there. The Mary Kay Foundation is there. They even have some of our partners FedEx and AT&T and Office Max and, Geico, all those little vendors that give us discounts. So there's just all kind of information that you can get from the expo. There's the prize party where you pick up all the prizes that you've won during the year, which would be like the Star Consultant 5th prize of the year. If you're a new director, you get your purse, your necklace, your earrings. If you're a great start leader, if you've won the cruise, there's going to be some things about that there. And so that's just all the first day. All of us are in Go Give, so they have a big Go Give event. And this year it's going to be a luau type, tropical paradise. And so we're going to all dress like a luau, and it's going to be just a lot of fun with that. A lot of celebrations. A lot of you will get celebrated on that too, if you're in the Princess Court of Sales or recruiting. And then they have entertainment is wonderful. They have this group called Friends of Time who perform for us every year. And when I say perform, I'm not talking about some cheesy performance. I'm talking it looks like the Grammys or the Emmys. It's so awesome. You don't even want to go to the bathroom during awards night because you don't want to miss anything. But they perform all during the week. Another thing is that this year is the 50th year of the Pink Cadillac. So they're making a big blowout for the Pink Cadillac. It's like a big celebration. The second one is that we have that brand new manufacturing plant, brand spanking new. And this will be the first year that people get to go tour this humongous manufacturing plant. And so we will all get to go to seminar and go to that manufacturing plant and tour it for the very first time, be the first people in there to see this manufacturing plant. I cannot wait. That's going to be a highlight for me. And that's on the very first day. And so the other thing is there's a lot of national sales directors that are on the verge of retirement. And a lot of times this is the last time you will ever hear them speak. And these are women that are just legends in the company, and they will be teaching and training, and it'll be their last time because they're retiring in January. And so, of course, if you are a part of a new director's unit or you're a new director, you get to debut on stage. And that is just an amazing time as well to be, introduced on stage by your senior director. And, and then, of course, all the cruise winners. It's going to be exciting. All of you that win the cruise, all of us that win the cruise, that's going to be exciting. And then, of course, when your unit does well and your unit gets recognized, like our unit for winning the top director trip, going for $1 million, that's going to be a celebration. So, there's just a lot of different reasons. Career conference was like a little tiny sneak preview, a seminar, little tiny. Okay. So you may have had 1,000 or 2,000 at your seminar. This is going to be like 10,000. And so it's going to be a blowout. And the stage is just amazing. I want to tell you that you just can't miss it. That's all I need to tell you. You just can't miss it. And this is what I've told my consultants for years, is that just at least go one time. And then if you don't feel like it was worth your time and money, just don't go back. Just don't go back. But I promise you, you will have a wonderful time. You'll bond with your sister consultants. You'll get to see more of the heart of Mary Kay, how big Mary Kay really is, how proud you can be of our company, and have the inside scoop. Plus, when your customers see that you went to seminar in Dallas, they'll be like, oh, she's into Mary Kay big time. She really takes her business seriously. And you will be able to have more credibility with them, and they will take you more seriously about your business, and you'll come back a different person because you'll have a deep appreciation for what you're even involved in. I promise you that. And then, of course, I feel like you just deserve to go to seminar. I feel like everybody in the company deserves to get to go because it's an honor. Let me see if I forgot anything else I want to tell you. Okay, so step one is make a decision that you're going to go. Don't procrastinate. Don't say, I'm going to wait and see if. Because I'll tell you what happens with the people that wait and see if they don't go to seminar. Because there's always going to be a reason not to go. Everybody on the call, we could all go, this is why I can't go this year. And there'll be probably pretty decent reasons. Instead, just go, I'm going. Like for me, it's not a decision if I'm going to seminar. I'm going. It's how long am I going to stay in Dallas? That's the decision. What am I going to wear on awards night? It won't be my Easter dress I wore this morning. I can't wait to wear the new suits that are going to be out. You'll see all the new suits for the first time. And so the first thing is register. And I know priority registration for Ruby is April 29th. And I think for the other ones are going to be earlier because we're the last seminar. So look on, get with your director to find out when you can register. And you want to be the first in your unit to register because here's the deal. If you guys are building a team, they're watching you. You think your recruit is going to register when you're not registered? It doesn't happen. So you got to get registered so that your people will register. And you go, oh, we're going. I'm already registered. Get yourself registered. I mean, what would y'all think if I didn't register, if you're in my unit? And I'm going to, I just haven't done it yet. Why? Why haven't you done it? Get yourself registered. I mean, like, as soon as it opens, I register. I'm done. Check. Okay? So I want y'all to be the leaders of your unit and get registered so that y'all can help your sales director gather the troops up, and let's take a big, fat, juicy group of Boss Babes to seminar. This will be our 1-year anniversary of the Boss Babes. Some of y'all just been with us for a couple of months, but we've been doing this since July the 1st. And it's our whole year that we've been doing it. And it's been so exciting to see y'all grow with this. And so I want y'all to be the leaders that you are and go and make that decision. Find out when it is. If you don't know your seminar, find out when your seminar is. Ask your director, when do we go? When do we come back? So that you'll have all those details ready to go. Because that part of it is just you don't know what the details are. So, since we do have different seminars, I'm not going to bit outdated. So you'll want to check with your sales director on that so that you can get ready to go. But I promise you, it'll be the time of your life. You will have more fun with your girlfriends. And this is how you really form those friendships for life. I mean, seriously, lifelong friendships. Because when you room with somebody for 4 days, you're going to either love them or hate them by the time you're done. Usually we love them. But, you do have to develop patience, and you have to let little things go, and you have to learn to share, right? If you're an only child and then you went and got married, you've never had to share the bathroom with 3 other women, you do have to learn how to share, and that's good for you. That is very good for you. So it's going to be, but if you don't like to, bring your husband, and hey, you can always room by yourself if you really want to have your bathroom to yourself. So I just wanted to talk about that. I am going to end this with, I'm going to just pop it and unmute the sales directors just one by one, just for anything that they would like to share about why you should go to seminar. Okay, so I'm going to just start with Selah first. Okay, Selah?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. I have been in 23 years, and I have been to seminar, I think, almost every year. And I tell you, it is life-changing. And what it does is especially if you have never been before, it just gives you a complete different appreciation for the company and how big it is and how awesome it is. And when you see all the women that are involved, it's just amazing, and you do not want to miss it. I promise you. It will be the best investment in yourself and in your business that you can make. So I would say register because I think Cleta mentioned earlier or on another call that they could possibly sell out because of the growth in the company. And so you want to register early and go with us. We will have a ball.
Thank you for mentioning that, because yes, that's what they're saying, is that there may be some sellouts because of how, with the cruise and recruiting being so high, that they expect that this could be the year that they sell out. So we don't want to wait around. Thank you, Selah, for sharing that. Okay, next, Allison. Allison? Can't unmute you. Let's see if I can get her over here. All right, let's go ahead with Laree.
Hey, everybody. 3 things that I think is super important about going to career conference. And one is you will, just like Cleta said, you will get the vision. And I just think seminar is where Mary Kay gets in your heart at a deeper level than what you see at your sales meeting or what you see with your own customers. You really see the heart of the company, even more so than at career conference. Career conference is great, but it's different when you're in the arena. You're actually seeing the staff, face to face instead of on a video. And I can't tell you enough how much, if you really want to propel your business forward and get that dream in your heart, go to seminar. The second thing is about relationships, because I have formed the close bonds that I have with my sister sales directors now and other consultants as well, because of rooming together and just staying up late at night, sharing dreams and goals and challenges and ideas. And that's where you find that sisterhood. And we always say Mary Kay is way better than any kind of college sorority that you could ever be in. But some of that is when you form those relationships on these trips like this, when you just take time away from your busy life and you're just surrounded in the pink bubble and you get that one-on-one time. And then the final thing for me this year, and Cleta, correct me if I'm wrong, is that I believe this year we should be able to tour the new manufacturing facility. Yeah, at least that was the plan. Yes. And I, for one, never saw the other one. I never took the time to do the tour, but I cannot wait to do the tour on this one and just see all the innovative ways that Mary Kay is going to be developing new products. So this will be the first time that we can actually do it. So you don't want to miss out on that either.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Laree. Okay, Rosie?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. Cleta, I thought you gave a really, really good explanation of seminar. It is extremely hard to put into words because you can't put emotion and things like that into words, but I thought you did a really good job of explaining. The first year I went to seminar was in 2016, and I went in DIQ. I was in DIQ and went to sleep. Before I went to sleep that night, it was July 31st, and I finished DIQ. So the next day I was a director. And so that was really exciting. So this will be my 4th seminar, and they just get better and better and better. And, just to go, it's kind of like, like getting to see like Nathan Moore and some of the other people in the company that you may have not seen in person before. It's just, they're celebrities for us, and it's just really, really neat. And like Larry said, just getting to spend time with other consultants and directors is just awesome. And I've gotten to know so many people that way. At first it was people that I was introduced to, and now it's people that I've met, through my own relationships. And it's just awesome. You don't want to miss it.
All right. Thank you, Rosie. By the way, you're sideways on here, but your makeup looks really nice.
You're sideways. You're sideways too. Okay, so I got a new tripod, and apparently I'm not using. I was just glad I got it to work. So you're sideways too.
Yeah, I think you need to turn it, and then because I think everybody else is right except for you.
I'm sure I'm right, and everyone else is wrong.
You're probably right. Thank you, Rosie. Okay, let's see. Janet, you want to go next?
Yes, that sounds great. So, Rosie, my sideways sister. Yes, you are sideways.
Thank you.
Anyway, you did such an amazing job. So I'm going to be very, very brief, Cleta, because you covered everything so wonderfully. So, number one, the closest relationships that I have were formed at seminar, and that's where I met Allison. That's where I met Cleta, and so you guys, the relationships are huge, and you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. And so I love that we have the opportunity to go to Dallas and meet just amazing, good girlfriends. Good job, Rosie. You are right side up. Okay. And I love spending time with Rosie, also at seminar. Okay. The second thing is how Mary Kay treats you. I feel like, when you walk into corporate, they treat you like royalty. They're cheering. They're saying, welcome. We're so excited to have you here. You get to know the heart of the company. And I love that, because when you know the heart of a company, you will pass it on to other people and share that. The next thing is, have you ever talked to someone and they say, oh yeah, I have a Mary Kay consultant, or my mom was a Mary Kay consultant one time, and she was kind of a big deal. She even went to Dallas to seminar. And so we've all heard that. Our people, our clients, our team members, everybody's watching us. And so I think it's really important, if you want people to know how serious you are about this business and how serious you are about investing your time and money into going and learning about the newest products and how this works. I think it's so important for them to see us taking that step. And also, they see you having girlfriend time, they get excited, they see stuff on social media, and they're like, I need to do what she does. And so I think it's so important for us to be that doorway to go. We have to walk through the doorway if we expect other people to be able to walk through the doorway. So we have to go first. So if you are planning to be successful in your Mary Kay business, you better be showing up at seminar, because otherwise nobody on your team is going to go. And so you might be standing in the way of somebody else, becoming a national sales director. So do yourself a favor, register, go have a great time, come hang out with us, and at the very least, have an amazing girlfriend trip. But you know what? I bet you're going to catch a vision. I bet you're going to catch a vision for something awesome.
I love it. Thank you, Jana. Your makeup looks good too. I think I saw these new foundations. Do you have it on?
I think I do.
I'm going to tell y'all what's crazy is that I have had in the last 2 days, 2 different random people go, your makeup looks so good. Just like, there's a mosquito in here. There's a, sorry about that. But anyway, I think it's these new foundations. Okay. Thank you, Jana.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Valerie?
Yeah, you guys did an awesome job on explaining it. And the only thing I could probably add is, well, it's going to make you dream bigger and think bigger and set some goals. But the shows that they put on for us, oh my gosh, it's like a Broadway show. You sit there with your mouth open, go like, oh my gosh, because they actually put on an awesome show every year. I think I've been 16 times out of 18. And they put on an awesome show. They take care of us. They feed us. Always work for the free food. That's one of my things. My girls listen to me saying it all the time. I work for free food. And so when I go and they're not there at the luncheon, or they're not there at the dinner before the party or whatever, they're going like, we're going to work for the free food, because I get really excited about the free food.
Yes.
So, but you guys did an amazing job. You need to go. My director told me it's not an option, it's mandatory.
Yeah. Yeah. If we can make them, we would. So, all right.
Thank you. They will not be sorry. That's
right. That's right. Okay, now introduce, who was my roommate for 17 years in a row, and then Sean Key broke us up. Latrice.
It's not right. It is not right.
Not right.
Oh, okay, y'all. You just go, and this is how important it is. I plan my family vacation around seminar. It's a big deal. You will want to pay us after seminar for telling you to go. You'll be like, that was so great. But y'all did cover everything. It's fabulous. But yeah, Cleta's right. I mean, y'all, you just meet these incredible women, and the friendships, the bonds last forever. They last forever. So everything y'all said. But yeah, you want to go. It is life-changing, and it can be a game changer for business. I have been times. You just don't skip.
Yep.
You just go.
That's right. And, Latrice and I, that's how we became such good friends. We met at a little conference with our national at the time, and then we started rooming together. And, and when we look forward to it, because every year, but, I've been to her kids' weddings. We become fast friends, and, just the best friends for life, no matter what. And that's how I feel about all these girls, that we've all traveled together all these years. So thank you for sharing, girl. Even though you're at the wrong seminar, I know. In case y'all wonder, what does that mean? She was in Ruby with us, and then they divided us, and she's over it. Where are you now? I don't even know.
Diamond.
She's Diamond. Diamond dominates. Okay. All right. Allison, can you talk?
There we go.
There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Go ahead.
Okay. So I had my audio off for some reason. Anyway, you guys have covered it. I went to my first seminar because my director told me to go, and I was in DIQ. I was in my 4th month of DIQ for my first seminar. So in my mind, I had every reason not to go, because I felt like I've got too much to do. This is my last month. I've got to finish, and I can't go play party time in Dallas. And but I went because everybody that was moving and grooving in the unit went, and I was like, I can't tell them I'm not going because everybody's going. So we went to Dallas, and I just remember I cried. It just was like, it was one of the first times outside of my marriage and my children being born that I really honestly felt like I was in the right place at the right time, not because it was like a coincidence. It was just like, this was the right decision. And if you think that being at Career Conference was exciting with 3,000 people, it's going to be like emotional overload when there's 10,000 people excited and jumping around and cheering and beautiful and like 10,000 humble leaders. It's just crazy. It's like I have seen people lose diamond rings, diamond bumblebees, diamonds, and people turn them in. Like, oh my gosh, somebody lost their diamond bumblebee, and they take it immediately to like the lost and found. Like, you could lose your wallet full of money and people would turn it in and get it back. And it's just really crazy, because everybody is so amazing. And the other piece that I think is really powerful is that when you go back home and it's 3, 4, 5 months later, and you're in some type of in your head, or you're feeling like you're in a slump or whatever, you'll remember those times. I have laughed like seriously the hardest with my friends that I've met at seminar. And I'll go home and I still think of those days, and I still giggle like about things that happened in the hotel room with your two new girlfriends you never met before, or, you know, things that are happening and what you're experiencing and what everybody's takeaways are. So, I mean, the excuse of not having any money when you know this far in advance is out the door. So now it's just a matter of proper preparation, saving money from every party, making sure that you're there, doing it just like Cleta said, one little bit at a time, get registered, then get your flight, then save money for food, then worry about paying your hotel. If you don't do it that way, you got to pay $1,000 in July. And I mean, that's, you know, that's hard to do. So, you know, we want you there. You will, I'm telling you this from experience, the core people that are in my unit today, that are the consistent achievers, the women that built memories with me, women that were with me when we were celebrating some of our biggest accomplishments, and women that were sitting next to me when we missed the goal and we didn't get the stage call because, you know, we didn't finish the goals, are the women that are with me still today. And they attended seminar. They were there. They were experiencing that. They are the core of who we are as a unit. And so you just can't afford to miss. You know, you really can't. So I'm excited to have everybody there.
All right. Thank you, Allison. And I just want to wrap up with one more little thing that they also do that I did not mention is they also give you the opportunity to tour the Mary Kay headquarters and to go into Mary Kay's office to see where she sat. And, you know, to see all the corporate offices, which is where, like, when you become a sales director, you get to tour that. They have a Mary Kay museum, which has, you know, Mary Kay's first check, all her ball gowns. I mean, it's amazing. You'll see the very first starter kit, and you see Mary Kay products from other countries that are in there. It's really, really, really cool. And so there's a lot to do when you get there. And, you know, it's just something that you just can't miss. You can't miss. So that's all I wanted to say tonight. Happy Easter to everybody. If you weren't convinced, all of you may be on here going, Cleta, I was already going. It's a waste of time. So, hey, this is going to give you some information to share with your new recruits that you're recruiting this month to finish your cruise, right? So as you recruit them, say, oh, and by the way, we're all going to Dallas together. I can't wait. We're all going to room together. You know, maybe you'll have 2 rooms with you and 3 of your recruits, and then another room with your other 4. Wouldn't that be amazing? I'm telling you, it can change your unit. So thank y'all for calling in tonight. I hope you have an amazing week. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.